The starship Elysium cut a silent, solitary path through the cosmos, her sleek form slipping through the folds of space like a knife through the dark fabric of the night. Aboard the vessel, the heartbeats of her crew were the only testament to life in a universe that seemed at that moment infinitely empty and utterly vast. Captain Helena Myrick stood at the fore of the bridge, her hands clasped behind her back as she gazed out into the void with eyes that burned with a mix of determination and an unquenchable thirst for discovery. The vast panoramic viewports offered a glimpse into the uncharted expanse, where not even the distant twinkle of stars offered solace in the darkness. "Status report," she called out, her voice firm, yet imbued with an underlying current of anticipation. Kira, the Maverick pilot, responded first, her hands dancing over the holographic controls with practiced ease. "We're on course, Captain. The slipstream drive is functioning within optimal parameters. ETA to the outer perimeter of the void is approximately 6 hours. Beside Kira, Dr. Liu Zheng adjusted his glasses, his gaze flickering between the display screens that presented a stream of data. "Sensors are calibrated for maximum sensitivity. If there's anything out there worth finding, we'll detect it," he assured, though an underlying sense of unease was palpable in his tone, a reminder of the personal ghosts that haunted him. Helena nodded, her gaze briefly meeting each of theirs, acknowledging their words and the unspoken worries they carried into the abyss. Her gaze lingered on Maya, the advanced AI whose holographic form flickered at her personal terminal. Maya returned her look, her digital eyes seemingly probing the depths of the captain's soul. "Maya, monitor the quantum flux. Any anomalies could indicate we're nearing our objective," Helena instructed, the unspoken reality that their mission was akin to finding a needle in a cosmic haystack hanging between them. "Understood, Captain. I'll keep a constant vigil. The void between galaxies is uncharted, but I'm processing all known theories about its properties. We're stepping into the realm of speculation and beyond the boundaries of established science." Maya's voice was calm, serene even, a stark contrast to the uncertain nature of their mission. The silence that followed was palpable, each member of the crew lost in their thoughts, contemplating the enormity of the task ahead. It was Tarek who broke the silence, his voice carrying a reassuring solidity. "Whatever's out there, we're ready for it. The security protocols are in place, and the armaments are primed. We're not just explorers, we're survivors." Helena smiled, appreciating Tarek's unwavering resolve. "True enough, but let's hope we encounter wonders, not threats. Humanity has a long tradition of seeking knowledge, of reaching out into the unknown. We're part of that tradition, and this," she gestured to the void beyond the viewport, "is our frontier." The crew shared a moment of unity, bound by a common purpose and the unspoken understanding of the risk they undertook. As the Elysium continued her journey, hours trickled by, marked only by the routine checks and the occasional shift change. Then, without warning, the ship jolted, a shiver running through her structure as if the fabric of space itself had recoiled. Warning sirens blared, casting the bridge in a red hue as the crew sprang into action. "Report!" Helena demanded, steadying herself against the console. "We've encountered a gravitational anomaly," Kira shouted over the din, her fingers flying across the controls. "It's dragging us in." Leo's eyes were wide as he scanned the data streaming in. "It's not on any chart. It appeared out of nowhere." "Maya, can you get us out of this?" Helena's voice was calm, but the urgency was clear. Maya's form flickered as she concentrated her processing power. "Attempting to reverse the slipstream drive. Hang on!" The ship groaned under the stress as reality seemed to warp around them. Then, with a burst of energy that sent ripples through the void, the Elysium broke free, emerging into normal space. They found themselves hovering at the edge of a swirling mass of darkness, a void within the void, its edges shimmering with an ethereal light. "What in the cosmos is that?" Tarek whispered, the usual steadiness of his voice shaken. Helena stepped closer to the viewport, her gaze fixed on the anomaly. "I don't know, but it's why we're here, to discover the undiscovered." Dr. Jing adjusted his instruments, a mix of fear and fascination in his expression. "This could be a gateway, a path through to somewhere else. The readings are unlike anything we've ever encountered." Helena turned to her crew, determination lighting her features. "Prepare to launch probes. This might be our first major discovery. Let's find out what secrets lie within." As the Elysium steadied herself at the edge of the unknown, her crew stood resolute, united by a singular purpose. Ahead of them lay the mysteries of the ancient void, an invitation to the unknown that they could not, would not, refuse. And so the Voidwalkers ventured forth into the abyss, ready to face whatever wonders or horrors awaited them. The Elysium hovered at the edge of the anomaly, a silent sentinel in the face of the unfathomable. The crew prepared the probes, each one designed to gather data from environments hostile to human or even electronic presence. The sense of anticipation was thick in the air, as if the ship herself was holding her breath, waiting to plunge into the heart of the cosmic mystery before them. Captain Helena Mirek watched from the bridge as the first probe, a sleek, unmanned vessel resembling a silver bullet, launched into the maw of the anomaly. Its lights blinked once, twice, then were swallowed by the darkness. "Probe telemetry is live. We're receiving data," Dr. Liu Zheng announced, his attention riveted to the monitors displaying streams of information, the characters scrolling faster than the human eye could follow. But his furrowed brow signaled confusion more than enlightenment. "What are we seeing, Leo?" Helena questioned, peering over his shoulder at the cascading data. Leo paused, his lips tight. "It's uncertain. There's a gravitational pull like nothing I've ever seen, but it's erratic, shifting. And there's something else. Energy spikes that don't correlate to any known cosmic phenomenon." Helena's gaze flickered to Maya, the AI's form reflecting the streams of data she interfaced with directly. "Analysis, Maya." "The data suggests an artificial structure at the anomaly's heart. The energy signatures and gravitational patterns imply control, not natural occurrence." Maya's voice resonated with a mixture of curiosity and caution. An artificial structure hidden in a void between galaxies? The implication sent ripples of excitement and apprehension through the crew. To stumble upon an artifact, or perhaps a construct, of an ancient civilization at their first encounter within the void seemed like fate. "Let's deploy the second probe. Equip it with the linguistic and socio-cultural analysis module. Whatever's there might be broadcasting on channels we haven't even conceived of," Helena decided, her command voice leaving no room for doubt. As the second probe made its way into the darkness, Tarek shifted uneasily from his position by the security panel. "Are we sure we want to poke around in there, if this is someone's territory?" "We have to know," Helena interjected firmly, yet not without understanding. "This is why we're here. We take the risk, because the potential for discovery outweighs the danger. Stay sharp, though. We don't know what we might find." Minutes felt like hours, as the crew waited for the second probe to relay its findings. The silence was broken only by the soft beeping of consoles and the subdued hum of the ship's engines, a somber prelude to the unknown. Suddenly, the bridge was filled with a haunting melody, a complex harmony that seemed to resonate directly with the soul. The crew exchanged bewildered glances as the sounds enveloped them, stirring emotions and memories with eerie precision. "It's coming from the probe," Maya confirmed, her avatar reflecting the waveform patterns of the melody. "It's a message, a greeting or perhaps a warning, encoded in a universal language of emotion and thought." Dr. Zhang looked up, his eyes alight with wonder. "A civilization that communicates through music, or something akin to it. This could represent a breakthrough in our understanding of sentient communication." Helena nodded, deeply moved by the encounter. "Respond. Mimic the pattern using the probe's transmission capabilities. Let's introduce ourselves." As the Elysium sent her reply, a message of peace and curiosity encoded in the same universal harmonies, the anomaly stirred. The shimmering edges began to pull back, revealing a pathway leading into the heart of the darkness. Tarek tensed, his hand instinctively going to the sidearm at his belt. "Looks like we got their attention. What's our move, Captain?" Helena's decision was immediate, driven by the same call to the unknown that had guided humanity's explorers across oceans and stars. "We go through. Prepare for entry. All hands, brace for transition." The crew's response was immediate, each member moving with practiced efficiency. Kira adjusted the Elysium's course, steering her towards the pathway that had opened before them. As the starship entered the anomaly, a sense of displacement washed over the crew, a momentary dissociation from reality as they transitioned into an entirely new realm of existence. When they emerged, they found themselves in a vast cavern of light and shadow, at the center of which floated an island of technology and architecture so advanced it seemed woven from the fabric of space itself. The Elysium had crossed into the unknown, a place that defied understanding and promised revelations about the cosmos that could change everything. "Welcome to the heart of the void," Helena whispered, her voice a mix of awe and determination. The journey of the Voidwalkers had truly begun. The heart of the void was not silent. It pulsed with whispers of millennia, echoing through the vast cavern that the Elysium now floated within. The island of technology before them was a marvel, a nexus of spires and structures that defied geometrical conventions, suspended in a sea of stardust and ethereal light. "Initiating detailed scans," Dr. Liu Zheng called out, his fingers moving rapidly across his console. This is beyond anything we've ever imagined. The materials, the energy signatures. It's as if this place exists partially out of our dimension." Captain Helena Myrick's eyes were locked on the view before them. "Prepare an away team. We need to explore this structure firsthand. Maya, you're with me. We may need your ability to interface directly with any systems we encounter." Maya's avatar flickered in acknowledgement. "Understood, Captain. I'll optimize my protocols for unknown technologies." Tarek's voice cut through the preparations, a note of concern underlying his usual steadfast tone. "Captain, are we certain this is wise? We have no idea what's waiting for us in there. The potential for danger is outweighed by the potential for discovery," Helena finished for him, though not dismissively. "We take every precaution, Tarek. Keep the ship in a defensive posture. You have the bridge." As the away team geared up, Kira, the pilot, voiced her own thoughts. This place could be a treasure trove of knowledge, or a Pandora's box. Helena met her gaze squarely. "Either way, it's our mission to find out. We walk in the footsteps of giants, Kira. Let's see where they lead." The away team, comprised of Helena, Dr. Zheng, and Maya, along with 2 security officers, departed the Elysium in a small shuttle, navigating towards one of the spire's main docks that had opened as if welcoming them. The interior was vast, a cathedral of science and artistry, illuminated by a soft, diffused light that seemed to emanate from the structure itself. The silence that greeted them was profound, filled with the weight of centuries. Their steps echoed in the hallways, a constant reminder that they were intruders in a place that had not seen visitors for ages. As they moved deeper into the complex, Maya suddenly halted. "I'm detecting an active data stream, a form of archive or library perhaps, attempting to interface." The air around them shimmered, and suddenly holographic projections filled the hallways, displaying star charts, mathematical equations, and scenes of life from a culture unlike any known to humanity. The figures were tall, their forms lithe and graceful, moving through landscapes of breathtaking beauty and cities of staggering complexity. Dr. Zheng watched, captivated. This could be the record of an entire civilization, their knowledge, their history, it's all here. Helena approached one of the projections, a scene depicting what appeared to be a council of these beings, gathered around a glowing artifact. As she watched, the scene shifted, showing the artifact destabilizing, unleashing a wave of destruction. "Their downfall," she murmured. "They were destroyed by their own creation." A voice, melodious and haunting, filled the chamber. "Not destroyed, transcended." The crew turned to see a figure emerging from the light, one of the beings from the projections. It was ethereal, its form flickering between solidity and translucence. "I am a custodian," it spoke, its voice resonating in their minds rather than their ears. "You stand within the archive of the Ankar, a record of our ascent and our transcendence beyond the physical." Dr. Zheng stepped forward, awe in his voice. "You're alive? Or is this some form of AI? We are beyond definitions of life and artificiality. We exist within the data streams, within the very energy that powers this place. What do you seek, travelers from afar?" Helena stepped forward, her voice steady. "Knowledge, understanding. We seek to learn from you, to avoid the tragedies that befell our own civilization and others." The custodian regarded her for a moment, its gaze penetrating. "Then learn you shall, but be warned, knowledge carries its own burden. Come, there is much to show you." As the custodian led them deeper into the archive, Helena and her team, knew they were on the precipice of discoveries that would change humanity's place in the cosmos forever. But in the back of her mind, a question lingered. At what cost would this knowledge come? The journey of the Voidwalkers had taken them beyond the realm of the known, and now, as they delved deeper into the echoes of the ancients, they faced the ineffable truth of existence, that with great knowledge comes profound responsibility and sometimes inevitable sacrifice. Guided by the custodian, the away team ventured deeper into the archive, passing through hallways bathed in light, their walls alive with the history of the Ankar. The air itself seemed to thrum with the weight of knowledge, each step taking them closer to revelations that humankind had only dared to dream of. In a vast chamber at the heart of the archive, the custodian gestured toward a pedestal upon which rested an object that pulsed with an inner light. "This," the being intoned, "is the core of ascension. It is what propelled our civilization to transcend the physical realm, but it came with a cost, one we were unprepared to pay." Dr. Liu Zheng approached, his eyes wide with fascination. "Is this some form of advanced technology? A machine?" "In a manner of speaking," the custodian replied, "but also much more. It is a convergence of technology and consciousness, a bridge to what lies beyond this reality." Captain Helena Mirek was cautious. "You mentioned a cost. What happened to your civilization?" The custodian's form shimmered with sorrow. "In our quest for ascension, we unbalanced the very fabric of our existence. Worlds were lost, lives extinguished in untold numbers. The survivors chose to ascend to a higher plane of existence, leaving behind the physical constraints of our former lives." Maya, the AI, queried, "Was it worth it? The knowledge, the ascension, given the destruction it caused?" "Some of us wonder," the custodian admitted. "Yet here within the archive, we safeguard the knowledge and the warnings for those who come after. Our legacy is one of both warning and hope." The chamber suddenly lit up with projections, displaying the Ankar's use of the core, their advancements, and the subsequent tragedies that befell them. It was a stark reminder of the potential dangers inherent in the pursuit of knowledge and power. "We here seek knowledge to better our own civilization," Helena said, her voice echoing slightly in the massive chamber. "How can we ensure we do not repeat your mistakes?" "Knowledge alone is not enough," the custodian replied. "Understanding, wisdom, and foresight must guide its use. You must question not only if you can achieve such feats, but also if you should." The custodian approached the pedestal and, with a gesture, offered the data, encoded in a crystal that seemed to glow with internal fire, to Helena. "This contains our knowledge and our warnings. Use it wisely, for it holds the power to uplift or to destroy." Taking the crystal, Helena felt a weight far greater than its physical presence. "We will heed your warnings and strive to use this knowledge for the betterment of all." As the away team prepared to leave, the custodian imparted one more piece of insight. "Remember, the journey of discovery is not just about uncovering external truths, but also confronting the realities within yourselves. What you seek defines who you are and who you will become." Back aboard the Elysium, the crew gathered on the bridge, the significance of their discovery hanging heavy in the air. Helena held the crystal aloft, its light casting shadows that seemed to dance with possibilities. "We stand on the brink of a new era," Helena announced. "The knowledge within this crystal could advance human civilization in ways we've never imagined, but we've also been given a grave warning." Dr. Zheng nodded solemnly. "We must tread carefully, ensuring that our pursuit of knowledge is tempered by wisdom. The fate of the Anchor serves as a powerful lesson." Maya's form flickered thoughtfully. "This journey has broadened the parameters of my understanding as well. The complexity of ethical considerations concerning advanced technology has increased exponentially." Tarek, ever the protector, voiced the resolve of the crew. "Whatever lies ahead, we face it together, with caution and courage. We are the Voidwalkers after all." Helena smiled, inspired by her crew's determination. "Indeed we are. Let's chart our course home. We have much to share and much to contemplate." As the Elysium set her course back through the vast void, her crew knew that their journey was far from over. They had touched the infinite, encountered the echoes of a civilization that had reached for the stars, and learned the price of ascension. Their mission would continue, driven by the indomitable human spirit's desire to explore, to discover, and to understand. But above all, they now carried the responsibility of knowledge, a beacon to illuminate the path ahead and a warning to guard against the shadows that might lurk along the way. The voyage of the Voidwalkers had only just begun.